Hi everybody, this is Flat Cap Cafe Racer, and it's about 10 days before the big race between Mr. Bill and his 200 horsepower Rocket 3 and my 100 horsepower Thruxton R. So I'm going to start prepping the bike a little bit, and you can see what I'm going to do. So stay tuned.
Meerkat.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do on the bike is I'm going to drain the regular gasoline out of there. I've got probably about 4 gallons, almost 4 gallons of Chevron in there. Then I'm going to ride it just a little bit. Then I'm going to put a little bit of race gas in it. I use the Sunoco 260 GT plus 104. Then I'll run it just a little bit more. Then I'll make sure I've got at least probably a gallon just north of the fuel light where it comes on before I go out to the drag strip. I don't want too much gas, but I need enough that when you're drag racing, that if you pin it pretty hard at the beginning, that you don't uncover and get air in the system. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. This is a leak. This can be a leaky job, so it's best to push it outside. And if you have a little gas leak, then it's not on your floor. When you snake the hose down in here, you have to wiggle around quite a bit to get different pockets. You're still not going to get all of it, so you get as much as you can. And I'm hoping to get it down to where the fuel light comes on. So I'll take it for just a little spin around the block and see what we got. Okay, now that I've got it down to the fuel light is on, I'll put a little bit of racing gas in it. I'll ride it around just a little bit, about another mile or so. Then come back and try to get anything else I've got left in it out. So after emptying the gas tank and riding it around and getting it down to about the fuel light coming on and getting it down to about 31 miles, which means I probably got a good not quite a half a gallon there. So I put about another half a gallon race gas in it, and I'm going to start it and run around the block a couple times. Then bring it in and take the rest of the gas that I can get out. Okay, okay, I went and taken a ride. I had to put just a little bit of race gas in. Still on the fuel light and about 29 miles. Now I'm going to get the holes out and see if I can get any more out. Just as I suspected, I could not get any more gas out after I put a little bit of race gas in. So now I'll put a gallon of race gas in and take it around the block and see if the light goes off. Okay, at this point I've got just put a gallon of race fuel in it, and the fuel light's off. The fuel light normally comes on this bike about 50 miles. At 50 miles, I'm at 68 right now. It was on 2 bars a while ago. So I figure I've got about 1.75 gallons in here, and that's more than enough than I need to do for 3 runs and an idling. But I'll take a gallon of gas, race gas with me, and if I need it on the 3rd run, I'll see. If the fuel light comes on sometime after the 2nd light run, then I'll put it in if I do a 3rd run. And before I take everything off of here that would make it not street legal, so I don't have to go around the neighborhood without lights or stuff like that. All right, before I pull it in to start taking things off, let me tell you why I'm taking what I'm taking off. It's not so much for weight, it's that the cramp buster kind of gets in the way when you're drag racing. The mirrors are a drag, as are the blinkers. Of course, the bags and the bag mounts will come off. I'm probably going to take off the rear fender here with the lights on it, and that's about all I'll do to it weight-wise. I'll wait till it gets a little bit closer to the drag strip day, maybe the day before. I'll check the air pressure in the tires, and depending on the temperature I think it's going to be out on the track, I'll adjust it a little bit. If we don't have a lot of traction or it's a cool day, then I'll probably drop the air pressure quite a bit. But if it's kind of a day like today, kind of partly cloudy, and the track temperature will be up pretty good, then I'll go ahead and keep the air pressure up on the tires a little bit, because I don't want too much grip. Also, we'll be adjusting the suspension. The suspension in front will be dialed up all the way hard, as will the back. It does make a little bit of difference. I may be using I may decide to put a tie down here on the front, tie the front down. I don't know. It does help a little bit, and it keeps it from bouncing too much if you pop a little wheelie or something like that. So the next time you see this, it'll be ready to go to the drag strip. So boom, here we go. Magic of YouTube. And about an hour and a half later, I have removed the mirrors, the blinkers, or the turn signals. I've removed the rear fender. I put a number on there. It doesn't have to be fancy. I've removed the mounts for the bags. I've removed the bags. This will be the first time I've run the quarter mile with these new Meerkat Norton style exhaust on here, so we'll see how that does. I think it will be just fine. I don't think, whatever I might lose at the top end, I'll probably gain back in the mid-range. So basically, everything's, the gas is set. I checked the I cleaned the chain on this side. Check the tension on it. It's not too tight. The only thing I've left to do now is to kind of clean off the smudges, and then check the air pressure a little bit closer to the time we start to run. And I'm ready for Mr. Bill, I guess, as ready as I'm going to be. You had to stay tuned for that drag race, because they're going to have it up on around the evening October 1st, or the afternoon October 2nd. See this a couple days before possibly before we actually have the drag race. I don't have much of a shot to beat Mr. Bill with 200 horsepower. The power to weight ratio is way in his favor, and I'm not getting any better as I get older, so you know how it goes. Sometimes your mind says you can do things, but your body sometimes doesn't cooperate. So this Flat Cafe Racer out for today. Bye. Join me and my friends at Flat Cafe Racer for riding and racing. Please subscribe.